All right, welcome to Trendy Options. It is June 12th. I want to go over today and also our outlook going into tomorrow and for the rest of the week. So we'll go over some positions that we are currently holding, and then we'll go over a couple watches. And to be quite honest with you, with the watches, I could just tell you offhand, I'm looking at Google and Amazon, BKNG, the former Priceline, and depending on candle pattern and pre-market and so forth gives me a better entry. So we could talk about it, but really in the morning on the 6:45 call, that's when I will actually give the entries and the targets for the week and for the day for those intraday traders. Okay. So first things first, we got some data coming out tomorrow, right? And it's some big stuff out there. So CPI in the morning or at night, retail sales, ECB announcement, CPI, retail sales, Bloomberg Consumer Comfort Index, MBA mortgage applications, and FOMC forecasts. Okay, I was reading you Thursdays, but you get it. You can see it here on Wednesday as well, right here. All right, and so let's go back here and let's start with our futures. Okay, so give me just a second here. Boom, let's go over here to our ES. And here we are again, chilling up here at the 2794 level. Would like to break out above here, and you guys know what's next, the 76.4. So first target here is 2797 to the upside. Now what we will probably see is that we will go to sleep. Price will hit the target and pull back down to the LIS. I will be very surprised if we come up into T1 and actually base in here or just break out to 2800 plus. Okay, but let's go ahead and go to a larger candle here on the 4 hour. And as you can see, we have a little bit of resistance above here at 2794. T1 coming in at 2797, T2 at 2811, and of course 88.7 T3 at 2841. I did add to the SPX position today, cost basis of $1.30. Looking to get out of those once we reach above T2, get rid of one of those and hold the other one here for T3 at 2841. Those do expire on Monday. All right. To the downside, looking for a little bit of support here at 2783, T1 at 2778, T2 at 2761. Moving on over here to the NQ, we have made all-time highs. Again, QQQ, that is your ETF for the NQ. So if you can't trade futures, you can always use this blueprint to go over and buy some calls and puts over in the Qs. All right. T1 to the upside, we're looking at 7326, T2 at 7463. To the downside, we have some support here at 7182 and T2 coming in at 7135 and of course T3 at 7057. Again, today was a pretty non-eventful day. A couple times it looks like they might have tried to shake out a couple people, and they can do that with the past volatility. So I think anytime we start seeing some red candles or price starts moving underneath the LIS, people start getting a little freaked out, get out of their positions, start putting on hedges, start buying puts, and so forth. Remember, this pink line right here is my LIS, okay? Let's go down here to the Dow Jones. What did the Dow Jones do today? Well, we know we're resting on the 61.8. Here's our trend break. I think we've spent enough time here, but one thing I do want to show you is at least here on a 4-hour, we continue making lower lows and lower highs. This is a downtrend from the first attempt up here to our T1, and I did move the T1 up here, okay? So let's go over that really quick. LIS is sitting here around 350. Target 1 up here at 25543, T2 at 25769, T3 at 25911. To the downside, a little bit of support here at 25254. That was kind of hard to say. T2, 25160, T3 at 25033. All right. Coming over here to RTY, the beast, right? Small cap, E-mini Russell. What do we have here? A little bit of support down here at 1681. We have the LIS coming in around 1688. T1 to the upside, 1709. T2 at 1738. To the downside, T2, 1662. T3, 1651. Let's go down here to some positions. Currently holding Apple, looking for 192.5. Currently trading at 192.5 after hours. It did actually get up there today as well and pulled back a little bit. Didn't get us out of the position. Sold yesterday though for some profits and held on to one of those, looking for 197. So what I want to tell you is on the bigger picture here, let's go to the day. This is very important. I want to concentrate on the bigger picture. Some of these intraday trades, I understand it's quick in and out. But you know, there's reasons I make those decisions and so forth. And the reason why here on Apple yesterday is because we were able to make that percentage, and in this volatile market, you know, we got to take what we can get, and we can hold some extra positions to ride up into these higher time frames. Now, what I will tell you is that I really like the way that Apple looks on the weekly. All right, you can't. There's no denying that, guys. The only thing I see here is 197. And remember what 197 is. 197 is that $1 trillion mark. And you know what? This looks like it's wanting to get there, okay? So I'm looking for 197. I can't wait till we get there. I'm definitely excited about Apple. We'll be looking, and we could do that right now. Let's go to trade for Apple. Let's look out for a couple weeks. I'm going to say at least 29 June here. All right. See what kind of volume and stuff we had coming in here. Um, Interesting. Let's see here. I'm looking for 197s. These are only going for $1. Okay, so tomorrow this will be basically, um, you know, interest for me is looking at these guys right here, right there. Okay, and if you could see this here again, 197.5. All right, so that's what we're going to be looking at tomorrow. We'll wait for entry to get in there, and this is going to be a swing trade for me. Probably looking at least 5 to 10 contracts in this position. All right, let's get over here and get to our charts again, and let's go on down here. ABBV, I'm just going to skip over that for now. Okay, I'm just going, I mean, we can look at it. It continues to go a little bit lower here. I am looking for some support. It's still looking okay on the weekly, all right? I'm still looking for anything for me above 100 for the put credit spreads. And so we'll monitor it again tomorrow, okay? Coming down here, looking at BABA. BABA looks primed to go as well. Shook me out of the position today, exited early, but you know what? The positions were profitable, and that's what I'm concerned about, okay? The entry was great. The exit could have probably waited because they shook me out as well. I'm only human, right? Let's go down here to, well, before we finish up here, we are looking for the 38.2 here at T1 at 211.7. All right, currently trading at 209. So another potential $2 to the upside here, okay? Let's go ahead and make our way down here. Now, Disney, this one's interesting. So there's some news tonight with the ATT news out there. And so Disney's down roughly almost $2 after hours. Do I think that's going to stick? I really don't. I really don't. But we'll assess it tomorrow, okay? And possibly be able to add to the current position, which was July 105s, okay? Now, here's another one, right? So I believe we had three contracts. We sold 2 yesterday, and so it was perfect timing, right? So sometimes I do sell at the right time. But we did keep one on just in case for that move that I'm looking for, which will put us around 107, 108. Now 102 puts us back to this green line right here, okay, which is some support, and I would imagine would give us another entry back up here to 104, 105, okay. FDX continues to be a slugger. I mean, just absolutely awesome. This is our pinch hitter right here. Hindsight, this would have been a really nice one to go extra large on. Has been a huge success since we were watching at the 61.8, and as it broke out, it definitely broke out. What are we looking for here? You guessed it, the 88.7. It is coming into a zone here, but we're looking for roughly 269 to 270. Now, all in all, you know what I'm looking for here, which would be just an awesome finish to FedEx, is that it can actually break out to the upper 270 and just hold about that 88.7. Remember, analysts are coming in with about a $12 move for earnings. We have the 285 that we kept on, right? Just for earnings. And if you held this and we get that positive move to the upside, then you're really going to create a nice little probably 3-4 bagger here, depending on what kind of swing we get to the upside. So I'm personally looking for 285.44 for our next target. All right, let's move on here. Google. Wanted to get in this position today. Sometimes, just looking around, watching the volatility of the market and so forth. Got a little distracted here. But as you can see, coming up on the 76.4, what I'm looking for into next week, if we can hold above here, is 1175. And actually, with the way the market's going, with the things they're saying, even though we try not to get too involved with what the news is saying, they think that this AT&T news is great for the entire market. Now, if that's the case, I think 1175 can actually be hit by Friday. I've thought that since Monday. It's only Tuesday. We'll see what tomorrow brings, okay? And again, this will be a hot one that I'm looking for in the morning for an entry to get us up into that area. All right, looking down here at NVIDIA. So this position as well, we have the 267.5 and also have the 267.5 for next week. So have it for next week and this week. It gave us an opportunity to add if we needed at the 23.6 today. Now this 23.6 is important basically from the breakout from this pivot low here where we started. We're holding that channel, which for me is super bullish. I talk about that constantly. And if you could see here on the daily, you'll see that we come back to this 23.6 plenty times. And now it's time to move up. So where are we moving up to? Well, we got some targets here, right? We're looking for a breach of 266.59, of course, but overall, I'm looking for 270. All right, 270 before the end of the week would be absolutely what we're looking for there. And a hold above 270, I'd be looking for 280s at least 2 to 3 weeks out. And that's NVIDIA, okay? If it breaks 23.6, I probably don't want to be in the position. And when I say breaks 23.6, I give myself a little bit of leeway. So I'm actually talking about 258.8. That's for me, okay? Your risk tolerance can be different, and you can adjust as needed. All right, looking over here at Roku, right? Did they really close at zero? Just absolutely flat for the day? I guess they did. Interesting. But just like yesterday, I wanted to see price hold above the yellow line. Well, it's holding. Flashback. That's exactly what we were just talking about on NVIDIA. So I'm looking for price to hold here. And as we hold here, we will consolidate and break out into 43.86. If you remember earlier in the week, we went with Roku. We sold for profits. Went up higher in strike, bought the 42s or 43s. We're looking for the 43.86. This one's a hot one. We're not currently in this position, but Tesla came right into our target here, and we had some very good success stories here. Traders using the zones and the Fibonacci not only to get long into the zone, but they actually sold and then went short, right? Now that's a trade. That's what I'm talking about. That's an accomplishment. Yes, you can trade up and down. It's not that hard. You just have to know your levels. That's it. So hats off to you traders who were able to do that today. So what are we looking at here? Let's get to a smaller candle. Okay. If we're able to get into this position, I want to look at the overall when we took off. Okay. So about right here to pivot high. Perhaps we can get a move down here in the higher 61.8 here, and if not, then I'll be focusing around here at 317 to 321. I have a feeling though, the news that came out on Tesla, it's actually pretty bullish. So if anything, price may come back and retest the 61.8 here and give you an opportunity to go long again. We will be scouting this out, and while we're talking about it, I'm going to go ahead and create an alert at or below. All right. So we got an alert there just in case we want to get long there for Tesla. So pretty much that goes over the day. And tomorrow morning we will have entries and targets for my top 3 picks. And then we'll kind of go from there. You guys have a great night. Can't wait to see you in the morning.